It all started on a seemingly calm afternoon when I decided to take my paralyzed son out for some fresh air. We were enjoying the peaceful serenity of our backyard when, out of nowhere, a woman from the HOA, known in the neighborhood for her overbearing attitude, stormed over. She had always been trouble, always trying to enforce rules that didn't apply to everyone. This time, however, she crossed the line. She began barking at my son, demanding he leave the front yard. "You can't be here. This is private property, and I don't want to see you here," she snapped, as if she owned the entire street. My son, unable to move without assistance, looked up at her, confused and scared. I rushed to his side, standing between him and this woman, trying to calm things down. But instead of backing off, she grew more aggressive. "Get out of my way, and get your son out of here," she shouted, clearly not caring about the fact that my son was paralyzed. It all happened so fast. She moved forward, shoving my son into the trash bin that was placed in the driveway. My heart sank as I watched her slam the lid shut, trapping my defenseless son inside. I could hear him screaming for help, but the woman just stood there, smirking. "Trash belongs where it belongs," she spat, her words laced with malice. I was in shock for a moment, unsure of what to do, but then something inside me snapped. This woman had crossed a line, and I wasn't going to let her get away with it. I quickly dialed 911, but I didn't just report her actions. I made sure to emphasize her history of harassment, her disregard for basic human decency, and how she had no legal authority to act in such a manner. While waiting for the police, I couldn't help but think about how many times she'd made life difficult for others in our community. But today, she had made a huge mistake. When the police arrived, they quickly took control of the situation. The officers didn't take kindly to her behavior, especially once they realized she had no authority to treat anyone like that. The HOA immediately distanced themselves from her actions, and word spread quickly about her cruel behavior. Before long, she was no longer a part of the HOA, and her influence vanished forever. That day, I realized the importance of standing up for what's right, no matter how intimidating the situation might seem. My son and I walked away from that ordeal not just as victims, but as winners, knowing that sometimes the best way to deal with a bully is to make sure they no longer have the power to hurt anyone again.